Woman had just woken up and found herself at her boyfriend's grandmother's house. It turned out his grandmother was afraid she would bring shame to the family, so she demanded that the woman learn the rules of a wealthy family. The woman verbally agreed but then fell asleep with her eyes open. Hearing her snoring, the grandmother angrily slammed the table, startling her awake. But she thought the lecture was over, slipped on her slippers, and prepared to head home. The grandmother and stepmother immediately came after her, saying that the woman had no respect for them and demanded that she kneel and apologize. The woman immediately retorted that they had no right to make her kneel. The old woman was so furious she nearly fainted, and the stepmother instructed the servants to enforce family punishment on the woman. Hearing this, the boyfriend's sister quickly knelt down to plead on her behalf. Unwilling to be controlled, the woman grabbed her sister and tried to leave, but the servants blocked her. Then another servant brought a basin of ice, and the stepmother ordered the woman to kneel on the ice. The woman finally understood why her boyfriend had an old injury on his knee. Even more outrageous, her boyfriend had once secretly paid respects at his mother's grave, and yet he was punished by kneeling on ice by the grandmother. Hearing the stepmother explain the reason, the woman shouted in anger that they had no humanity. But the next moment, she was restrained by a group of servants who tried to make her kneel. At that moment, the woman's boyfriend rushed over. He immediately drove away all the servants around her, took her hand, and tried to go home. However, the grandmother threatened him with his mother's keepsake, saying the woman had to be punished that day. To retrieve the keepsake, he let go of her hand, saying that because she wasn't part of the family, he should take the punishment instead. Seeing her boyfriend about to kneel, the woman completely lost her temper. She kicked the wooden board holding the ice and then started throwing ice at the grandmother and stepmother. The grandmother and stepmother were instantly pelted and scattered in all directions. The man felt extremely happy watching this, for it was the first time someone had stood up for him like this. At that moment, the man's father returned. He immediately stopped the chaos and gave the grandmother a sedative. The woman tried to slip away, but the man pulled her back. He announced that if anyone ever dared to bully her again, he would give up all the family's businesses. He was confident because no one in the family was capable of running the company. Hearing this, the grandmother had to back down and agreed to their marriage. But the woman was stunned, for she and the man were only in a contractual relationship. She had never thought about marrying him. As she wondered what to do, the man suddenly proposed to her and slipped a ring onto her finger. She hadn't expected that he would fall in love with her, so she refused him in a hurry. The man was very surprised and didn't understand why she treated him so well if she didn't like him. But the woman said he paid her a high salary and was her boss, so it was only right for her to be nice to him. The man immediately felt disappointed and left without looking back. The woman realized she had caused a huge problem, so she packed all her belongings and prepared to leave his house.